Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Movie Couple Live, the show where we talk about the latest in movie news and
Pop
pop
culture.
culture. My brain just literally stopped working. Wow, that is what we call holiday brain.
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, it is amazing that we are up and running right now because things have just been crazy, running
Yeah.
around last minute of going, oh my gosh, Christmas is here in like 3 days. And it's like, did we get everything? I mean, I'm not ready for it.
His present hasn't even arrived yet. I think it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. I was like, whoa, delivery, you're cutting it real close. Also, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays to everybody who is watching. Hope you guys are ready for the holidays. You're settled in and your travel plans. And if you're traveling, of course, travel safely. Bring your patience. Bring some books. All that good stuff. But today we're going to keep it real casual. Only really one major piece of news. And that is the Dwayne Johnson Black Adam news, which I think by this point everybody has heard about because it broke yesterday.
Everyone has seen the chats. Everyone has seen the posts,
the Instagram.
Instagram. So a little bit of sad news and a little bit of, well, we honestly kind of saw this one coming.
Yes.
But honestly, I have to admit, with as much chaos as, say, for example, Evan in the chat has said, that is going on with DC, everything's I think, from my perspective at least.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, bless you. Sorry, I said it too early. Everything seems to be going, professionally and politely. So far, there hasn't been any actors, any producers, any directors that have come out and just flat out started, cursing out a storm on social media because of what James Gunn has been doing and all the decisions that have been going on at DC.
Sorry about that.
We got a lot of bless yous in there.
Thank you very much. My allergies just decided to attack now.
Which is another thing. It's been crazy. The pollution in the air has just been really bad. We've actually gotten air quality warnings around us. So even I, who doesn't really get very many allergy attacks, been going sniffling a lot the last couple of days. So it's just compounding with all the craziness.
I stopped by the pharmacy yesterday, and just grabbed another prescription. It's almost like Flonase, but it's from the doctor. And the direction is really specific, one spray per nostril once a day only. But my own doctor said, whenever you feel less symptoms, you can either skip it or just do one spray per nostril. So that's what I've been doing. So then I told the pharmacist that, and she's like, well, this is actually allergy season. I was like, in the winter? I think I associate allergy with spring, summer. But she's like, right now you really should be doing 2. And she's like, and if you need supplemental, then you can take a Claritin or whatever it is that you're comfortable taking. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I feel like I've been doing it wrong. And now this nostril is really, really itchy. It's like, I'm going to get you. But yes, let's talk about The Rock. And let's talk about a little bit more about DC and all of that. So like you said, it's really no surprise, I think, to anybody at this point, because there has been a shift. The tone's been set. It started with Henry Cavill. And when that was announced, I feel like it's kind of, you can see that all the previous characters that's been cast as these superheroes, like Jason Momoa, like Gal Gadot, possibly even James Gunn's own Suicide Squad. I don't know. I think there's just a lot to focus on. So he hasn't really made any sort of announcement and stuff like that. But I think they're hitting the reset button. So it made sense. But again, I like that in Dwayne's Instagram post, he said, James Gunn and I connected, which means they talk, whether it's on the phone, Zoom, or in person. Because I think they both reside in LA. So it's not like they couldn't have had a lunch meeting or something.
That is very true.
That.
And honestly, so far, all of these conversations that the stars have come out and talked about, all the directors that have talked about it, have seemed like they had a personal face-to-face with James Gunn and Peter Safran. Thank you. And it seems very professional. It seems like, hey guys, we're sorry. We're not going to be going in this direction anymore, but there is a possibility later on when we start, if everything goes according to plan, we might be able to do Crisis on Infinite Earth. We might be able to bring in, Henry Cavill as, this or that, as another character. We might be able to bring Black Adam. I feel so bad for The Rock, too.
He worked on this for like 10 plus years.
15 years he's been wanting to be Black Adam. 15 years or I think that's what it said in his post, right? That he's been working on this for
page 2. After 15 years of relentless hard work to finally make Black Adam.
15 years and one movie. One movie that came out in the worst time possible for DC and kind of is now like, well, seeing how DC wasn't doing so well to begin with at this time, it's just the fact that it's one of those things that I think it's a lot. The reason why Black Adam just didn't do that well was because, DC properties weren't doing so well as well.
It's the direction of like, it was like the Justice League. And that was kind of the whole conversation that started with the Snyderverse, right? And then it didn't go in that direction because then another person took over writing and directing. But then we got the Snyder Cut, which everybody really enjoyed. And then we all a lot of us, I don't want to say we all and like lump us in all together because everybody has different opinions, but a lot of us felt like, okay, like he in his head imagined this cohesive universe and I could have seen it going somewhere, but the studio didn't want that. And then there was then the Hamada left and Zaslav stepped up and there was just so many things shifting and changing. And then they want this 10-year plan. And how do you do that? And now you have, 2 brand new heads of CEO for DCU. And, they want it to be, they're trying to take this in a cohesive direction to tell that kind of a story. So like, I understand the decision. It can't be easy because it's not like James Gunn haven't, rubbed shoulders and spoke with these people. And like he said to Cavill, he's, a big fan of him. So it's
how can you not be a big fan of Cavill?
It's hard to like look at somebody in the face, be like, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to have you play Superman in the future. Like that sucks. Like nobody wants to be like, I don't think he takes joy. Like, man, I get to, like who does that, So, and
he knows that he's coming into a position that he's going to have to squash a lot of dreams because he's squashing. He's like, guys, we're starting over. And there are some things that are incredibly beloved. But there is one comment from Debbie that I do want to get to. The one that says, I wish DC would just say the Snyderverse would be another Earth. They did this kind of thing in the Arrowverse leading up to Crisis on TV. I agree with you 100%. And I think that's actually what they're going to do because the way that they have phrased, we would like Cavill to come back. We would like, since they're leaving on good terms and they're not burning any bridges, it really does seem like there's going to be a point to where this new universe that James Gunn is building is going to sooner or later be able to merge a little bit, do a little bit either Spider-Verse or multiverse or Crisis on Infinite Earths or, what is that? Injustice, Gods Among Us storyline to where and then people are going to lose their minds when Henry Cavill comes in as Superman after a couple years.
It could happen.
And
it could happen.
I think that's a great thing to do, but I'm also curious on what they're going to be doing with some of the properties that aren't connected to the Snyderverse at all. Like Blue Beetle is not connected to the Snyderverse.
It's like the Elseworld kind of situation. The Batman, Joker, Joaquin Phoenix and Robert Pattinson movies. Like what did we do with those? Because those were also good. I enjoyed those. I really like the Joker a lot. I'm excited for the second one.
Yeah. And there's that too, the sequel to the Joker.
Yeah. That's definitely being made.
So are they keeping those in their own? I think what they might actually do is one of two things. They're going to have the Snyderverse, the Snyder Earth. We're going to call it that. We'll call it Snyder Earth. And anything that is directly connected to Snyder Earth is going to be set to the side and then maybe brought in through alternate Earths.
Yes.
But anything that's not directly connected to that will either be in its own or melded into this new Gunverse.
The Gun Earth.
Gun Earth.
Oh man. Yeah, it's crazy. And I applaud, the transparency and it's, Dwayne Johnson himself announcing it. It's not a scoop, it's not a leak. He went on his own personal Instagram and got to say it in his own words,
Yeah,
and deliver it the way he wants.
and they're doing that. They let Henry Cavill do that. They let The Rock do that.
Yeah. So
instead of breaking it themselves.
Yes, I like this that he says, and I know this is important to Dwayne Johnson. DC and $7 have agreed to continue to exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in future DC multiverse chapters. So like cameo potentially, So I think that's good that they're open to have this conversation, because comic books, now that we have the multiverse in both universes, Marvel and DC, like there's a lot of different cool things that we can do with it. So I think that's really cool. And I like this next paragraph that he wrote too. He says, James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other to succeed. It's no different now. And smart thing he wrote here, and I will always root for DC and then in parentheses and Marvel to win and win big. Like that is a man who understands like acting.
He's playing the game.
This is a business, man, and he is a businessman. He even promoted his own tequila at the end of this. Like
that, I thought was hilarious.
I was like,
it took me a second. I was
brilliant.
like,
he's always working. He's never not working. It's incredible.
I mean, The Rock is the essence of a hustler. I mean, the fact that he is just he's been busting his butt since day one. And whether it was in wrestling, whether it was in trying to get movie I mean, he is doing so many different projects at any given time. I cannot believe how much that man does. It is impressive.
And he has time to fit in working out, which takes up it's not like he goes in and pump iron for 20 seconds.
No.
It's probably a few hours in the gym. Plus
and it's like he's got to be doing that while he's doing other work, like working out while his assistant is telling him, okay, we need your thoughts on this. And he's pumping iron while he's having like a meeting.
He probably has like
sits in the chair
4 assistants. Like I feel like he has like business partners, his business assistant, his executive position. Like there's just so many. There's no way he can do all of this like without help and delegating. And so I feel like he's built a pretty secure team around him as far as like helping him multitask, because he does a lot. He's always like in conversations for this movie, then filming this movie, and then he's promoting this movie. I'm like, how do you keep it all straight in your head and also pursue personal business like his production company and his tequila? Like how? It's just
and his
so
tequila.
much.
The fact that he does that as well.
And he's got that clothing company too, right? There's like the Roca has the mask for it. It's like a bowl on it. I don't know.
That man is just insane. I cannot believe how much he does. There's got to be actually more than one Dwayne, and no one actually knows that he's able to split himself into multiple Dwaynes.
Yeah, exactly. So, another thing I do want to bring up is I opened Twitter, which by default is already a dumpster fire, but we all knew this before its current state. That place is always kind of like I open the door and I check in and I'm like, cool, peace. And then I leave for the rest of the day, and then I only come back if there's do a little peek, like what's going on out there, everything cool, what's trending. But I've been seeing a lot of hashtag calling for the firing of James Gunn, and I was like, I don't think they're gonna be firing him just because there's a hashtag trending. I understand the fans feeling upset, I really do.
Yeah.
Because you're really really passionate, and I love that they're so passionate about it, but they're so mad about like what's coming next, but none of us even knows what's coming next. I think they're just so mad about losing Henry Cavill as Superman, which I totally get, like that sucks. But if the man himself has come to terms with it, same as Dwayne Johnson, then I think as fans, if we respect and like these actors, then we can just root behind them and say, like, hey, let's keep rooting for you to like come back, like, whenever you can come back, and it's time to tell that story. Like, I'm here for you. Like, that's what I want to see. Like I understood like the second they got hired, I was like, oh, we're not gonna like all of their decision. Even with Zaslav, yeah. I mean, I didn't like any of his decisions, other than potentially having James Gunn and Peter Safran overseeing the DCU. Like, I feel like they needed a designated people to do this. So hopefully now they give them the freedom, the creative freedom, and no interference to do what they're hired to do.
Yeah, I mean it's always hard to try to be the new man that comes, the new guy in control, because
Yes.
you're going to get blamed for everything good going away and everything bad that happens, and you're not going to get to see the fruits of your labor until many years later to actually be like, well, this is actually because we laid down these roots 5 years ago. So I mean, and we still have all these new stuff that's already scheduled to come out. So it's gonna take a while to actually see if what James Gunn and Peter Safran are doing is good or bad.
Yeah.
So it's
a waiting game. Yeah.
And I don't like waiting. We don't us fans don't have patience. As soon as we hear about a project, it's like we want it now. And we want to know everything good about it. And the fact that there's nothing bad about it.
And it has to fit inside my headcanon.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I mean, luckily I don't really have a headcanon for DC currently. So whatever they do will be a surprise and I can just take it neutrally. We have a super chat from the Hour Man. Thank you so much for sending one in. Who writes, some of the actors may be used in different roles, like Momoa as Lobo rumor.
Yes, that would. Honestly, that is one of the biggest rumors that I am really excited about, because
I can see it.
Oh my gosh,
so see it. He would be so fun.
I would love to see Jason Momoa as Lobo, and then in another Earth, he's Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I'm like, this is how you do it. This is different Earths, different actors can play different characters. Same actors can play different characters.
I mean, we've seen it in Marvel. You know. The Hour Man also writes, I would like to see Cavill recast as Jor-El or Pa Kent, because it would be cool to see a past Superman mentor a new one.
You could also do the whole
like passing of the torch, but like in a very subtle way. Yeah,
I mean, you could also have it to where you're now focusing more on Superman's son. I can't remember what his son's name. Oh, it's named after his dad, right? Oh man, I have not fallen into those comic books very well. I haven't followed them very well, but I think that would be fun if you had like a dad, Henry Cavill Superman, right? And it's him mentoring his son.
That'd be very, very interesting. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Oh yeah, wasn't there that TV show?
John Kent. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Brian Perez. There's also Connor Kent.
Oh, Connor Kent. That's
the kid.
That's his son.
That's the younger one. Yeah, Superboy. Yes, or his clone. Oh yeah.
Oh that's right. That's right. Connor from Young Justice, which was another amazing series that I loved that they did.
There was a show that was based on specifically like I think it was called. Wasn't it called Krypton? It was like a CW or something like that.
Yeah.
Sinead and I interviewed Wallace Day, who was one of the leads and that was like, I remember I think there was only like 2 or 3 episodes that were out at the time when we interviewed her. So I had very little to go on, but like, I liked what I was seeing and I liked seeing like delving into that. So I think that'd be cool. And that's why I'm happy to like not get another origin story of like how Superman came to Earth. It's like the Batman, like we got it. We know. By this point, if you don't know the origin story of Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman, you must be like very, very young because you haven't been exposed to that. Otherwise, people that are, our age and even like 20 years younger, like should have some basic knowledge of like how all of them came to be where they are and how they got their power. So, it was sci-fi. That's right. Krypton was sci-fi. I don't know why I said it was CW. Sorry about that. Yes. Yeah. So that was cool, and I would like to see them like delve into a little bit more of that, different families on Krypton and stuff like that. But that again is probably better served as a series.
Yeah, I think that's better as kind of an out of movie cinematic universe and just keep that into a show. Yeah, because I think all we really wanted, what the fans really want, is to see us move forward. We want to see. We don't want to see origin stories. I mean, if you want to see an origin story, awesome. Yes. I'm not trying to tell you what you guys actually want. Yes. But I don't want to have to see Batman's origin story again, or Superman's origin story again. What I would love to see is to see like maybe a year 1 of Superman, to where it's him. That's where our starting point is that, he's either just learning his powers, or he's even been around for a few years trying to establish that he's still, Superman's never had a problem with anyone thinking that he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Batman, people are like, this guy's scary. This guy's intense.
Yeah.
We don't know whether or not, but give us stuff that we haven't seen yet.
Yes.
There's so many things that we have not gotten a chance to be able to see in these comic books, in these movies. So let's go with what we haven't seen yet, and we'll be done with stuff that we've done over and over again.
Yeah. And as we kind of wrap up this topic, we are kind of doing like a super, because this is like our last live stream before Christmas. So we decided we're just going to do like an AMA. So if you guys want to send in some questions in the chat, just type it in the chat, and you know, we will, within reason, questions within reason. Because every time I do an AMA, like I remember there was that app, it's called like NGL. I did it once and I got a lot of weird freaking questions. I was like, oh, it's easy to ask when it's anonymous, huh? Like just really like questions that I was like, really, are we ballsy enough to ask this? And you think I'm going to actually give you an answer? No, get out of here. Deleted. Anyways.
Bye-bye.
Yes. So.
But actually someone just put, oh, where is it? Somewhere they had already mentioned that they're going to have a younger Superman with the first James Gunn movie that's coming out, right?
Yes.
So yeah,
we talked about that in our last stream as well. Like James Gunn said, it's going to be. I forgot
about that.
It's not an origin story, but it's a much younger Superman. Which I think what they want to do is cast, really solidify the casting, so that they can go somebody who's late 20s, early 30s, maybe, who can kind of like a Tom Holland situation where they can grow with the role.
Yeah.
You know, granted, Tom Holland has not looked like he's aged ever.
No, not since we first saw him in Civil War.
Same face. Maybe he's a bit taller now. But yeah, which is like great. I was like, man, you could just play young for a long time.
Like they were trying to do with Uncharted, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be making an Uncharted
such a good actor
2.
Too. Oh, well.
I'm a little bummed about that. I really wanted Uncharted to just knock it out of the park, just so we can have a whole Uncharted universe. But I have to admit, I never really saw him at Tom Holland as a good fit for Uncharted. So I really wish they would have gone with, you know, of course everyone's favorite was Nathan Fillion to get him, but if you wanted to really grow that role, I think
it needed to be
it needed to have been made a few years earlier, so you could have had a younger Nathan Fillion.
I want to go to a couple of the questions because they're coming in the chat. This one comes from Green Fiend. Have you seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish yet? We have not. And if you have, what do you think of Harvey Guillen's dog character? Oh yeah, that's right. He's in the Harvey is from Act.
Oh, right, from What We Do in the Shadows.
Thank you. Yeah, he voices a character in the Tease of Shrek 5 in the movie. Haven't seen it. We haven't had time. Like I got invited to screenings, but they kept on conflicting with all the things that I've been doing. So unfortunately, we have to miss it. But a fun movie that we're gonna get to see, I mean, we're super excited for. It's gonna be our maybe first movie that we see
in 2023.
In 2023 is Megan M3gan. M3gan.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see. I have a feeling that movie is just going to turn out to be a little bit too much like a creepy slasher film.
I'm gonna have so much fun.
This one's gonna love it. I'm gonna be kind of like a little creeped out, but you know,
I think it's just gonna be slasher jump scares. I don't think it's not like, you know, The Conjuring kind of. That stuff freaks me out. And
a question that I want to get to.
Yes. Go ahead.
Have you seen Guillermo del Toro from The Hour Man? Have you seen Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio? I have.
Nope, that's not the question. Where is it?
It's just one that it's closer to the bottom, not bottom.
I'm
but
skipping all these questions.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was just the one that I happened to see off the top of my head. But because I also think I saw this question earlier, and yes, we got to see Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Watch it. It's such a difference from the Disney one that we got with Tom Hanks and this one. I mean, this was such an amazing reimagining of Pinocchio. I love all the symbolism. And when you really break it down, you know, the way that, you know, live action and stop motion, technically it is live action because it actually does exist.
Yeah.
But it is still considered animation the same way that Pinocchio is considered alive, but yet he's not really alive. So I love the similarity. And it goes that deep in all of the things that they talk about in that movie, the way that it's just as much Geppetto's story as it is Pinocchio's, and the way they, there's so many times that when we watched it, that I was like, this is,
it got me the feels. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Feel it in
your chest.
Yeah. Guillermo has such a way with, his love for creatures really comes across in this movie. His love for the art form that is stop motion really comes across this movie. And it hits some similar beats, obviously, to the Pinocchio story that we all know, but definitely a darker tone and definitely reimagined. And I really, really like that because it is more than just a wooden puppet coming to life and wanting to be a real boy. It's so much more than that. So if you get the chance, watch it on Netflix. You will just watch it with a box of tissues because
and also
it's gonna get you.
I love the way they ended it. I'm not going to say more than that. I loved the way that they wrapped everything together. I think it was an amazing choice. So go check it out. Highly recommend it. Really like it.
Mr. 47 writes, what PS5 game are you guys playing? Currently,
we're still in the middle of Horizon.
Forbidden West.
Yes,
because it was like the bundle. And because we just acquired our PS5 not that long ago, we really haven't had time to actually curate and purchase games. We also haven't had time. It's been kind of busy.
Or money.
So yeah, those games are expensive. They're like $80 a game.
One that I really want to get is the Spider-Man games. Those are ones that I really want to play.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the I'm going to wait for the remastered Spider-Man.
Wait till after Christmas.
That's when
because that's what the sales.
They're going to be like, "Oh, did you not get it for Christmas? Here it is on sale." So yeah, I'm going to be diving into some of those. What bugs me though about the PS5 is that you can only live stream from the PS5. You have to have the PS5 camera. And I'm like, "No, I just want to hook it up to my computer so I can play it and show you and do all that fun stuff."
Yeah, we'll test it one of these days. But generally, when we stream, it's either just chatting, or you'll do it on Steam. Steam doesn't really play with Mac for me, so I usually I'm a Nintendo Switch girl. I love my cozy games, so that's the type of gamer I am. Just
Nintendo
cozy,
Switch is fun,
and I like it. It's just my type. But I'm very happy. I love my PS2. It's awesome. Okay, Theodore Harris, thank you so much for your question. Who writes, have you guys seen the rumors about the Sentry being the villain in Thunderbolts? Thoughts?
That would be really cool, honestly. Because he does lend himself to being one of those kind of villains that maybe turn into a superhero, but since he has a very, very fragile psyche, that can just be built up so well in a movie like Thunderbolts. I think having Sentry and being able to introduce more and more of these characters, because we know we're also getting a Wonder Man soon.
Yes.
Well, not soon. We probably have a few years.
Is that DC?
No,
Marvel.
Wonder Man is Marvel.
Oh, that's right.
So we know we're starting to get more and more of these characters. And I honestly, Sentry is definitely one of the characters that I would love introduced into this Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Now, who are they going to get
to play
for Sentry, though? I mean, there's a lot of people. There are a lot of fan picks out there for Henry Cavill as Sentry because, one, he's an amazing actor. Two, he looks a lot like him.
Kevin Feige's like,
hey, I hear
you're free, right?
You're now doing you're free for superheroes. Want to do Sentry? But honestly, there's also a million different good choices out there for actors to play this role. I would just geek out if it was Henry Cavill.
Yes, that'd be really great. Adid Mahmood also has a question. With Gunn writing the new Superman movie, what do you think of Dylan O'Brien as Superman? I think he could fit a year one Superman type character that Gunn is suggesting he is doing. I like Dylan O'Brien a lot. I can't quite picture him as Superman. I can picture him as Superboy for some reason. I don't know.
I guess they could kind of start off as a little bit, because they are starting off a little bit younger.
Yeah.
But hold on a second. Let me check. I'm not quite. It's not coming.
Wait till you see his face.
and be like, oh, that's right. Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. The way he looks, he does definitely have more of like a Superboy look to me, but that is what they were saying. They were going for a younger
Right.
idea.
So potentially they could. I think if they're gonna go that young, like I mean, I don't think he's super young, but he looks young. He's like another one that's how old is he? How old is Dylan O'Brien?
I am not 100% sure.
Let's take a look.
I'm sure by the time we find it, someone's gonna post it.
Yeah, but I'm not ahead in the chat. I'm
Oh, I am. I'm down.
Oh,
here.
he's 31.
Oh, he's 31.
He's about the age I thought he was going to be. So that could actually fit into that age that James Gunn would want.
And this is the thing. They're going to make him play younger because
he can definitely play younger.
He can play younger. I mean, heck, and he's done a lot of teen movies, you know, from Maze Runner. Yeah, a lot of young, YAs. Yeah, that's what he's really known for is Maze Runner.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. That's right.
MK. So yeah, that's definitely possible. You guys let us know your thoughts in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this on the VOD. A couple more questions, and then Dustin's got a jet. MK Songbird writes, "Will you be doing a favorite TV/movie end of the year list?" Yes.
We should. Yeah,
yes,
we really need to do that. We need to sit down and go through that list.
Most likely that'll be the following Wednesday, the 28th, is what we're thinking. And then probably won't stream on the Saturday, the 31st, because it's New Year's Eve. And not that we go and party, Saturday. But definitely not the Saturday because we'll be celebrating the holidays. Okie dokie. Let's see what other questions. Whoa, Shane White says Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio took 10 years to make.
Yeah, and okay, when you watch that movie, you can tell that it took that long because there's sometimes when you're watching the stop motion that it just blew my mind. And just the detail of the movements and the detail on like just some of the actions that they do is just amazing. And you can tell that they this was a project of love for Guillermo. Guillermo. Thank you. Terrible with names. But yeah, if you like, I'll say it 100 times. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Watch it.
And also, you can watch his. If you're a big Guillermo fan, you should not miss out on the Cabinet of Curiosities. Just putting that out there as well, since we're on that topic. Max Vem writes, "Have you watched Klaus? It's my new Xmas go-to." Yes, we have.
Yes.
We've seen it last year and the year before that when it came out too. I think, right? It came out in 2020.
No, I think it came out like 2019. It's been out for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
We didn't watch it the first year it came out, but that's what I'm saying. I think we saw it in 2020 and then 2021. I don't remember, but we've seen it twice. And we really like it. It's a great Christmas film. So if you're looking for like a newer, because you know how everybody has their like go-to list of like Christmas things that they watch, like mine is Elf. I always watch that. But if you're looking for something new and you like animation, like that's the one to watch.
It's really fun. I like the different twist on the Santa Claus storyline and how it started and how it adapted from this, just really mean town. And I just think it is such a beautiful story and really fun. And I always think that the guy who plays Klaus's friend is David Spade, but I don't think it's David Spade that does the voice.
Oh.
But he has very much a David Spade kind of personality to him. Very much. What is that called? From the Emperor's New Groove.
We have another Superman comment.
Oh, okay.
The Iron Man writes, "What do you think of David Corenswet?"
I will tell you.
Corenswet?
I will look that up.
Let's see. I'm actually unaware of this actor. What have they been in?
Yeah, I don't know him.
Okay, doing quick Google as we do here. Okay. Oh, he was not. Wait, he was in the House of Cards in 2018. I've seen that show. 29 years old. Wait, hold on. I can see it. Oh, good suggestion, the Hour Man. Look at his face. Hold on, let me.
Oh, wow.
Right.
He looks like a young Henry Cavill.
Focus. Yeah.
He even has in that picture that you just showed that swooping hair. He has that.
He's got that jawline. The very.
And what is it like? in this picture right here, it's like the dimples with that incredibly sharp jawline. You're just like, Henry Cavill has that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
but what has he been in? Oh my gosh. The more and more I look at these pictures, I'm going, holy cow, he really does look really good for the role.
He was in Pearl.
Oh.
House of Cards. It's been a ton of stuff.
Good call, though.
Yeah, good
I
call.
love it too. When someone says someone like a fan casting, and you're like, I haven't heard of this guy, and it just blows your mind. You're like, this looks really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really cool just to get other people's ideas and be like, you have your head canon, but then to find out what someone else is thinking, it's like, ooh, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and we own the city. Thank you, MK. Yeah, I mean, potentially. All right, couple more questions, and then we are going to get out of here. As I'm going to get these bots out of here.
Oh, good catch.
Blocked.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't believe they still hop in here still.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know why there's another one that I missed. Bye-bye. There we go. I'm not going to refresh the page. I'm pretty sure they're not in there anymore.
Always a pain in the butt.
Derek 11 writes, how many steps did you get in so far? I haven't really moved around a lot. I was up late.
We've been because we put up our Willow reaction.
Yeah, episode 5 is up. If anybody's watching Willow out there and want to check our reaction, that's up.
I don't think many people are.
I know, it's sad.
I have to admit, I'm so sad about that series. I had such high hopes for it. It might be the fact that I just have my headcanon in there, and it's really hard for me to accept the direction that they're going. But I know some people that have been watching our reactions, they do love the series, and that is awesome. I'm glad that you guys like it. For me personally, I feel like they skimped out on a lot of the dialogue. I feel like they're trying to make these storylines a little too convoluted. Yes. And they don't know whether to go serious or comedic,
so they just
campy.
Try everything within the same 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for watching from India. Hello there. Thanks for tuning in. Love our reactions. I am from India. I hope you're doing well. Oh, look.
What?
Late to the party. Everybody put some popcorn emoji in the chat for late to the party. I don't have sound effects since we're not doing things on Twitch.
I need to start getting some sound effects going on stuff so we can do some cool stuff.
You gonna set it up?
I have one of those little things that you get. I'll learn it.
Okay. Late to the party says we haven't even watched the new episode yet. Might not, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm hoping because what is it?
I feel like I like this episode with the exception of one really big moment in the show in this episode. This was another one. It reminded me of how I felt in episode 3.
Yeah, they were just throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there. Yeah, and just didn't. It just
tonally, it can't decide what it wants to be. And this one hair is being weird.
And then there's a couple moments to where you're like, wait a second, weren't they locked up?
That happens to be. That's just
There's a whole bunch of those moments to where you're like, how did they? I thought they threw that away. Yeah. I thought, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And why would if they've had that, why didn't they use it 100 times between now and then?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little disappointed. I'm just hoping that I've heard from some people that have watched the entire series that it gets better. So I'm hoping the last 3 episodes are just going to be like, oh, right, we know what theme we want to go with, and now we're plowing forward. But here's the hoping.
Here's to hoping. Something happens at the end of this episode that makes you go, well, all right. So yeah. Let's see here. Adit Mahmood writes, this probably will be the last question we field. Why does it feel that Austin Butler is high on Warner Brothers' list to play a DC character? Is there one that he's a fit for? Green Arrow? I think they really like him because of his performance in Elvis. I believe that was a WB movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, was it?
I am gonna.
I'm not 100% sure, but honestly, with his performance in Elvis, it makes sense that he would be high on a lot of wish lists for certain characters. I think he would make an amazing superhero to be in DC. Green Arrow, I think, would be a good fit
potentially
because he has that swagger, he has that style. I'm trying to think of what other character he might be really good at playing. But yeah, I think Green Arrow. I think it depends on,
and he fits into that age bracket too.
Yeah, true. But I would love to see him in a DC movie because he's a great actor. If you guys haven't seen Elvis, go check it out. It's been out for a while, so you can probably get it on streaming.
I can see Austin Butler being. He can play. He's got that look where he can play multiple super different types, and just kind of see which role fits best or which one he's most interested in. But I could see him, Green Arrow. I could see that. I can actually kind of see the Flash. I'd love to see him take on a very different character than Elvis. But another one I was thinking is maybe Aquaman.
Oh.
Yeah. Because right now we're also ingrained with the Momoa version of Aquaman. But I feel like they could maybe go back to like what the comic books iteration of like physically. I mean, I don't really care.
Going if from they find the king to the king of Atlantis.
If they find the right actor to portray these roles, I'm gonna, like be there, like excited to watch them portray, the character. But like I could see him as an Aquaman. Yeah. Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, because we're sitting here thinking of
heroes.
He could play a good villain. So yeah, there's a lot of fun actors out there. So I'm hoping. You know what? I'm going to say it now. I'm going to put my hopes into James Gunn.
Casting the right people.
Yes. Having the right idea. Yes. I am going to be hopeful for the future because I want it to be good. I want this new DCU to be good. I want it to knock it out of the park, to finally be able to have a longevity. So, and technically, slowly but surely, it's been kind of getting better and better. It's been working towards that goal. So I'm excited. So yeah, hopefully they can get some good actors in there.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see what sort of things, project and whatnot, that they're going to announce for the future of DC, like the first project, the casting, which will all take a while. I feel like they'll announce the project before they announce the star because it takes a while. They have to, screen test them, and I don't know necessarily like audition, maybe.
And they would know actually the project before they know the star.
They already know. They already know. They're just not, broadcasting it to us yet because it's not time. They're not ready.
Well, yeah, because they said they sat in a cabin for like.
What?
For like the entire week and just hammered out. Him and James and Peter just
went to a cabin in the woods.
Went to a cabin in the woods and just like wrote out
and just workshopped
it. And when they came out, they're like, "We have the slate, not the slate.
I have the golden ticket.
We have a plan. This is our plan going forward."
Speaking of that, didn't you send me an Instagram? This is so far off topic. Didn't you send me an Instagram of like, I don't know if they're doing it here at Disneyland, but inside like the Mickey chocolate, the ice cream bars, there's like a golden ticket, a golden ticket.
Oh yeah,
like it's a lifelong or like a free.
It's like a lifelong pass to Disney World, and it's in one of, but it's not a gold. It's like a silver one.
But is it only from the ice cream bars in the parks, or like can I go to the grocery store and get the Mickey?
No, it has to be in the parks.
Has to be in the parks. Well, then.
So.
Like not even downtown Disney. Do they sell ice cream like that in downtown Disney?
That's where you just spend a week at Disneyland and you just buy every single ice cream bar because it will be worth it for a lifetime pass.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
And then you just like eat as many of them as you can. You're like, I can't eat anymore.
But at this point, you're just kind of like, who wants a free ice cream bar? I'll give it to you. You just give me the ticket. Yeah. Mode Man 101 says lifelong churros for Disney. I would love that. I would love Disneyland churros are so good. I can't say anything about Disney World churros because I don't remember having one. But yeah. All right. Is it time for you to?
Yeah, I've got you. I got to
go?
duck out pretty soon.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and end this live stream. Thanks for stopping by today. And as you know, this is our last one before the holidays. So thanks for joining. Thanks for your time. For everybody who sent in a super chat, thank you so much for the support. So much. Have a wonderful and safe holidays. If you're traveling, be safe. I hope you have experienced zero delays, zero issues, zero dramas at the airport, because God knows I dealt with that not that long ago, and it wasn't even the holidays, and I was aggravated. So enjoy your time. We will see you here next Wednesday. We'll probably do another, I mean, all of our streams are super casual, but we'll probably do like an end of year, like faves, you know, and something like that. And then in January, we'll probably do something like, you know, most anticipated. Yeah. All right. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I said that weird. Happy Hanukkah and happy holidays. We will see you guys later. Bye. Bye.